Welcome, Walnut. I'm Lara, but you can call me Laz, your host for Walnut Wednesday. This is your reminder to be brave, be yourself, and know that you can make the world a better place just by what you decide today. Here, I'm going to share my weekly walnuttings with you on a Wednesday.
Hello, Walnut. It is me, Laz, here for another episode of Walnut Wednesday. Shwing! If you're not watching the video, I'm here with my superhero arm guards. I look like I am about to go rollerblading, roller skating. They look like shin knee pads when you're about to go some form of skating. Um, from my physio because I have like wrist wrist tendon damage. So when I'm at home and not like going outside and um need to rest my wrists a lot more, I put this on for extra support. Just a word of advice if you are in the condition or about to have a vampire of your own to stretch your wrists and thumbs because it hurts to lift my baby. Um, if you Google like mommy wrist or like it's like a carpal tunnel in my thing and I look silly. But anyway, here I am, swing swing like a superhero, swing swinging around. Um, Hello, good morning, happy Walnut Wednesday. I am here with my vampire. Kevin just got picked up by his Lola. It's so funny that I go to record and then someone walks in or Vampire Louis starts crying. So we just have to go with the flow. And it's funny, no amount of a good day where I put a little bit of makeup on and feel a little bit more put together. I don't get the opportunity to record, and then when I have the opportunity to record, I'm here with no pants on in my PJs, haven't brushed my teeth, stinky breath, and have the opportunity to chat with you. So, anyway, this is how it is. So, welcome to my life. Um, this week, Walnut, I just wanted to share a little bit of reflection and a piece of advice. Happy New Year to you. I wonder what you're up to and what your ambitious are for the year, and if you have any New Year's resolutions. I'm not a New Year's resolution person. I just am like, I don't believe in New Year, new me. I just believe in just keep carrying on and give me a cup of coffee and let's go. But I hope that this episode maybe motivates you or inspires you if you're like me with not having resolutions or you do have a New Year's resolution in some way. So, I just want to talk about how when you're in the trenches that I'm in, so it's like all of my stuff's going to be a little bit baby related, but I feel like in real life that it can translate to other things. But your relationship, my relationship, I feel like it has taken a hit a little bit. And I think it's just because attentions need to go towards, obviously, Vampire Louis, and it's on a slightly different level to even when attentions needed to go towards Kevin, for example, because it's the dependency is a lot more and a lot more draining, in certain ways. So, um, I think also being in long-term relation territory where we do hold on to old past versions of ourselves, and things like that, and that also adds to the spider web of of relationships taking a hit during this time. And so I've talked to you a little bit about Walnut, the 5 minutes thing that we've learned, where you talk when we're having conflict, not conflict, but when we're kind of like a bit sticky at each other, um, and the nagging is gonna happen, and especially in our situation when you're both tired, you're both sleepy, resentment builds and things like that. And I feel like it is kind of it's normal and standard. Like you have, it's because we're so close. It's because we're in a partnership. That of course, things get a little bit rocky. And yeah, especially when the relationship no longer becomes the focus and the vampire does. It's like, hey, where do I matter? Do I matter on both ends of the stick, right? So anyway, pre condition and all the stuff, we learned a technique about the 5 minutes, which was about you set a timer, and I think I've done an episode on this before already. We set a timer, we get to talk for 5 minutes about anything that we want, and usually it is about the topic or the things that are bothering us. And the other person is not allowed to interrupt, not allowed to speak, not allowed to give commentary, just sit and listen for 5 minutes. And then it's the other person's turn. And then Geordie and I made a point to say when the person's 5 minutes is up, the listener must say, thank you for sharing. But it's full stop, right? It's not, but I just want to add, or it's not ongoing cause for debate. It's a 5 minute space to say and release, and it's the end, right? And what we've learned through experimenting with it and doing the 5 minutes is that by the end of the time the person has finished talking, everything you wanted to debate about and interrupt and cut off has disappeared. And you're like, okay. So I've kind of trialed this new version of the 5 minutes because obviously things are so much more heightened during the newborn trenches, right? We're both tired, we both can't be asked, we both feel completely resentful, and we both don't feel appreciated. Um, I have my own view. Yeah, I'll talk about it another time, I think. But for the context of this episode, what we've kind of come up with and agreed to together is it's sort of like we've I've called it center stage day, where every other day you obviously Vampire Louis and Kevin come first. So that's just what it is. That will always happen. So that doesn't disrupt anything. But instead of thinking of ourselves, of what we want to argue about, it's the center stage, the other person is center stage. So every second day is my turn, and then every other day's his. And what that looks like is basically how I've kind of done it is I'm kind of just pretending like it's his birthday sort of thing. Like when it's somebody's birthday, you kind of just want to dote on them. You want to do things that make them feel special and feel appreciated, which is the whole aim of the game. And it's made me try to think of all the ways and things that make me feel appreciated, and all of the ways and things I can do to make Geordie feel appreciated. And what makes that so difficult is because we are both wildly different and our love languages are totally different. And that makes a difference, right? So for Geordie, his love language is physical touch, words of affirmation, and I think a little bit of like quality time to some degree as well. Whereas mine is acts of service and gifts. Um, so yeah, I could bring home Geordie a chocolate bar until the sun comes home, and that would not make him feel thought about or appreciated. But to me, if someone comes home with something, or even just brings me lunch without me having to ask, oh, I just feel like $1 million. I feel like a diva, queen of the castle, right? So that is something to note, Walnut, I think, for the people around you is to just learn about what makes them feel appreciated and what makes you feel appreciated. Um, and so it's been a lot, and it's been interesting to sit down. Geordie actually said to me that he's like, okay, you need to just like tell me stuff to do because I don't actually know. I don't know how to do this. And that was a great comment to make because I had to sit down, reflect, and be like, what are things that could be done to make me feel appreciated rather than just saying I don't feel appreciated. So I've written a list, and we'll see how that goes. But basically, we've trialed and we're on on the on the on the back end of some severe burnout, obviously. New Just coming out of newborn trenches. Both very tired, both very sleepless, sleep deprived, all of the things. So we're both not behaving like good people right now. We're being not nice to each other. Well, we're not even. regarding each other, basically. Um, which again, relationships will take a hit. I feel it's normal. Um, and we're very vocal about this. So I did we started with Geordie's day and I feel like that went really well. And then my day didn't go well. Geordie didn't have a good day. Geordie was going to work. It was tricky, so we didn't really get a Lara Centre Stage day, and that was very disappointing. And this is where my walnutting is. I could have chosen to, and I'm not being martyry, this is just matter of factly. I decided to respond by just going, okay, I didn't get my day. I got bigger fish to fry. I got a bum to wipe. I got I got I got other things to worry about. Like, okay, I missed my day. It's a shame. Whatever, disappointed. Yeah, move on. I could have held on to that. I could have started an argument. I could have done all of the things that would have been warranted, like would have been acceptable reactions because I had given him his day the day before. But I chose to just leave it. And tomorrow is another day. Tomorrow is his day. I will continue. Instead, and I could have been quite spiteful and been like, well, you didn't give me my day, so I'm not going to do yours. And I just thought, what load of good will this do? We're still in practice run time. We've got to get used to it. So I just carried on and gave him his day. I'm now up to my day where I have been woken up. I've had the things that make me feel good and that I really enjoy. I've been woken up with coffee in bed, not only coffee in bed, breakfast in bed. Um, and it's completely changed my mood, my mindset, my feelings. I feel a little less hopeless and a little more like, oh, I feel so seen. And not only that, Walnut, just in terms of mental load stuff, um, sometimes when Geordie will like cook and stuff, it will be like a hurricane went off in the kitchen. Whereas I think this is a female thing. We do the dishes as we go. Let me know if that's you as well. Like you rinse and you put the things in the dishwasher or whatever. You keep it nice and tidy while you're on the go with making stuff. But Geordie like loves to like make different sauces and stuff. So anyway, there's dishes everywhere. But I came downstairs after my delicious breakfast in bed, which was a really yummy breakfast burger with sausages, bacon, eggs, cheese on a brioche bun. Like it was top notch. Um, and because it's weekend, Geordie did Vampire Louis Patrol for the morning, so that was pretty cool. Um, and I went into the kitchen and there was bench space. The dishes had been done as he went. And there was no gold medal uh requested. It was no like praise needed for that. It was just like, hey, yeah, hey, I made you breakfast. What the hell? And yeah, so I just wanted to share that perseverance, I think, and trial and error and creating habits. And Geordie and I had a little discussion about, um, what do you think about this? What do you think about this like center stage date thing that we're doing? And he said, yeah, I think it's a great idea, and I think that eventually we won't even have our respective days. It will just become habit that we second nature do things for each other. Which I agree because it's not in my first nature, Walnut. Like I said, back to the love language thing. Physical touch is not mine. I could go for days without a hug or without like a massage or something like that. But in terms of Geordie being able to feel loved and respected, he kind of needs something like that. So like it's the last thing on my radar to think, oh, I better give Geordie I'll give Geordie a shoulder rub today, you know? Because that doesn't make me feel loved. Yet it could make the world of difference just to like give him a little like massage or something, or like even just like a 10-second hug, or all of those sorts of things that um Yeah. Whereas if Geordie, like, hang on, I lost my train of thought because I was putting a dodo in Louis' mouth and he spat it out again. Anyway, you know what I mean, right? Um, so I think it will be interesting. I wonder if, the second natures will sort of change. And yeah, treating every other day like it's the other person's birthday or it's just them before you. And it's kind of like being selfless in the name of being selfish. And what I kind of like about it, Walnut, is that you just you just kind of like are quiet because you know it will be your day tomorrow. And like the 5 minutes, it's like you got all of these debates and these bite backs while the other person is talking. And by the end of the 5 minutes, you've forgotten what you were wanting to debate about. Where that's the same with my day. I kind of make a point to like bite my tongue a little bit. Just off stuff. Like obviously I was quite resentful because I didn't get my day, right? So when I was doing stuff, there was every bit of me wanting to be like, doing this for you. You didn't do this to me yesterday, like all these things. But I bit them back and I was like, I'm gonna get my day tomorrow. And by the end of the day, Walnut, not saying those things, um, well, actually not saying those things constructively, right? Like if there had been an opportunity for having a walnutty courageous conversation, then I probably would have raised it, but there wasn't, right? So by the end of the day, I was like, oh, I don't even know what I was biting back about or what I was mad about at that point in the day. So it's that time thing as well. But yeah, being selfless in the name of being selfish because you know you're going to get your turn come back around. Which it's just interesting. It's been interesting and interesting to have the two different feelings where, yeah, it was a shame I didn't have my day, the other, but carrying on just as normal and just wiping it and then just starting again. What clean slate? Oh, yep, today's Geordie's day, or yep, today's my day. Um, Interesting the two different moods where it was like when I didn't get my day, it was oh, okay, disappointed. It's a shame. That's a shame. But anyway, carry on. I got, well, the first and foremost is Vampire Louis and with Kevin. And I'll just think of things to do for his day tomorrow. Then doing his day. And then today, having mine, it's like immediate mood booster. Immediate mood booster just from having coffee brought up to me in bed. Um, which, yeah, I think it happy it's that happy wife, happy life thing, but like we each get a turn, which is kind of cool. And I'm intrigued to see how far this goes. So I obviously will keep you posted, but I hope this little example snippet of my life of something that we're trying might encourage something for you. But yeah, being selfless for a time in the name of being selfish because what goes around comes around, like that it will be your turn for space to be held for you. Um and that's all down to just like walnutty conversations and agreements with the people that you know, love, and trust. So we'll see how it goes, but I would love to know what you think and if you have any add-ons or if you've done something like this before. And I just want to shine a light on the fact, Walnut, I know this stuff is really corny. And I know this seems like basic Bish 101 relationships, but things get hard. And I think especially when you're in a long-term one, like you've been together for donkey's years, you're like a pair of old slippers. Um, Things get lost in the wash and things get very tennis matchy, ping pongy, tit for tat, resentful, hidden under the rug, and then you blow up. So yeah, I just want to acknowledge it seems on paper just really corny and really simple, but in reality, as we like to address on Walnut Wednesday, in reality, in real life, that is the way it is, and the easiest things slip away and get lost really, really quickly. So yeah, give it and go. Back to basics, but in like a weird, controlled, structured sort of way. Being selfless in the name of being selfish, I suppose. Yeah. So let's give this a go. We'll see. We'll see. I keep you posted. Okay. Robo girl over and out. Off to go blading. Off to go roller skating. I don't even know what this. Look at me, Walnut. What a goober. Anyway. Lots of other ripple effect spiderweb thoughts that link into all of these things, but that's my walnutting this week is I'm not going to recap all the stuff I've already said. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've done this before. I would love to hear from you, and I will talk to you next week. Have a happy Walnut Wednesday. Bye.